look at Paranormal Activity. I mean, a guy's able to evoke that kind of intense emotion in his room with a camcorder. You know, yeah, and it's amazing. Or even like District 9, I think it costs what, you know, 55 or 60. I mean, it's a very technically realized movie. In the case of Paranormal Activity, he did it so cheaply that he was able to do it. In the case of District 9, it has enough alien kind of action jazz in it that it justifies what the budget is, even though he's really talking about discrimination, apartheid, and being able to identify with the other. I mean, I think District 9 is much deeper than a simple parable about discrimination. I think it's really about, it's the best movie I think I've seen this year. It's, and I get to vote. But it's really, by seeing that protagonist change, the whole kind of like, you know, Gregor and Metamorphosis angle that they have, where he turns into this cockroach in front of you, essentially, it forces a kind of empathy and identification that makes that character reevaluate who he is and be able to see the humanity in things that you found unsightly. It's so beautiful. And it forces the audience to re-examine what they almost can't look at the beginning and learn to kind of identify with. That's a remarkable achievement. That's not a ton of money, but he found a way to do it within a genre that was supported by the marketplace. And that's what's so cool about the movie, right? And so there's ways to get these things done. You know, one of the things that I'm going to do next, I mean, I have a thing I've written that I want to direct, if I can get the money, but that's this father-son story. But one of the things I'm going to do next is Venom, which is a Spider-Man spinoff, right? I'm writing Spider-Man now, and next I'm going to do this thing Venom. And in Venom, because he was an antagonist within the thing, but it will be a sort of ambiguous protagonist in the movie, there's a chance to investigate two sides of human nature in a way that are going to be really interesting. Now, I'm doing that within the context of a Marvel comic, but that's the world I'm in. So how do I take that and make it useful to my own purposes as well as serving theirs? You know, I view those things as like opera was at the turn of between the 19th and 20th centuries, around 1900. It was this heightened art form that was also for the masses and yet was artistically satisfying for certain people. Well, that's what comic books are. So you have to find ways to work within genres that will artistically satisfy you and allow you to exist in a marketplace. And in a marketplace that's contracting, that has no DVDs. I mean, basically everything. Oh, that movie wouldn't get made. That's so hard. We wouldn't get that movie made today. And I pity you guys because, and I don't mean that I mean that with a genuine sense of empathy and compassion, because you're coming of age at a time when it's so hard, you know. When I was your age, it was so much easier to get a movie made or get a different kind of movie made. And what you're facing is you love film and you're here and you want to make movies, and it's so tough. And all I can tell you is you're going to have to find a way to trick the marketplace to give it what it wants and satisfy yourself at the same time, because that's really the only way to get these things done anymore, is to find a way to satisfy both. But they can be done. It's just you have to be cognizant of both things and use it for your own purposes.